Hey there, today I'm going to be showing you nade spots for DE Mirage, including 28 smokes, 16 flashes, 5 Molotovs, and 3 grenades. I hope you enjoy. We'll start off with the smokes. To smoke short from CT spawn, line this wall up with this one, and throw the smoke just in the middle of these two bits here. The smoke will fly over, bounce off these stairs, and land near A short. If you get a good spawn, you could smoke the top of mid by coming over here, jumping on this, and aiming just at this bit of wall. Then aim just to the left of this blue area where this antenna crosses the wire and across to this window. So where the cross is, up to the window, run forward slightly and throw. The smoke lands over here by mid, and if you're quick enough, can block terrorists from even pushing mid. If you find yourself needing to retake B from CT spawn, come up to this wall here, aim where the middle of this door meets the line of this window frame, and then when you run forwards, when this line of wall disappears behind this line of wall, jump and throw.
Laying down smoke.
The smoke bounces off the skybox here, and lands over here, blocking off sight. A really easy way to smoke B house is to come into this corner by this bin, aim just at this black dot, and then slightly to the left, and throw.
Laying down smoke.
The smoke shoots through this grill, down the door frame into the stairwell, and you can even use this to wallbang. Just aim at this dot on the wall, over to this crack, and just shoot through here. And this shoots just down the line that the terrorists run when they come through this building. To help you retake from B kitchen, just come up to here and line these boxes up with this wall. Aim just beneath the shadow in the middle of this frame, run forwards and throw. The smoke will bounce over here and block off bench view so you can come out of kitchen. You can smoke window from this corridor before B house by aiming just to the right of this window and then just above this line on this building and a little to the left. Then just throw.
Laying down smoke.
This one takes a little bit of practice, but if you get it precise, you can land it straight in the window. That smoke can be combined with this one from Underpass. Just come up to the middle of this pillar, aim just at this first wooden beam, run forwards, and throw the smoke as you reach the top of the stairs. The smoke will bounce off the wall and block off short, so you can come out of Underpass and only worry about mid and connector. You can also help yourself out by smoking off A site from B house. Just come up to this right side of this door frame. Turn around, look at the middle of this top of wooden beam, and jump and throw. The smoke will fly over here and block off the AWP spot from A. If instead you decide to go B, you can smoke off B short by coming into this corner, aiming just up the very top left of this building, and throwing. The smoke will land in here, bounce off the wall, off the raised bit of floor, and smoke off short. An alternative to this smoke is to smoke off B short close by coming into this corner, aiming where this pipe meets the top of this roof, and throwing. This smoke bounces on the roof, then off the wall, and blocks off close short, forcing whatever CT's here to push around into the site. You can smoke off the B site and make way for a quick smoke plant by lining up this fence beam just behind this vent, aiming where this vent foot lines up with this wooden stick, and throwing.
Smoke.
The smoke goes through the top wall and on the roof, lands just here, and allows you to push into the site and do a quick plant. From here you can smoke the back of B site and the B kitchen window. For the back of B site, come up to the middle of this door, aim at the middle of this window, and line it up with this little outcrop here, and throw. And for the kitchen window, come under this lantern and aim in exactly the same place.
Laying down smoke. This
first smoke lands in the B site, blocking off kitchen from this side, and the second smoke lands here and blocks off kitchen from this side. To easily smoke bench, come up to this pillar right in the middle here, and aim just to the right of this little outcrop, and throw.
Laying down smoke.
The smoke lands just here, blocking off bench from house. You can easily smoke off the kitchen doors by coming again to the middle of this door, and instead of aiming above the middle of the window, aiming closer to this outcrop and throwing the smoke there. This will bounce on the top of the site and block off the kitchen door. I don't do this smoke too often, but you can smoke the top of van by coming just on where this stone meets the sand here, aiming at the vent and then slightly to the left of it, so your crosshairs between this wooden pole and this pipe at the top. Then jump throwing the smoke. The smoke will bounce off the top of B house, land on the van and hit the sign, and come into rest just here. Now this smoke blocks off this barrel, as well as the top of the van and the crate on the other side. The CT just can't see anything. From B short, you can smoke Palace by coming up to this corner, and then aim at the inside top right corner for the balcony of Palace, or the outside top right corner to land the smoke inside of Palace. Then just jump and throw the smoke. From connector, you can smoke Underpass by coming into this corner, aiming just above these pipes, and then aim to the left of this corner. Then run forwards and throw the smoke. The smoke will bounce outside into mid and down into connector, blocking it up. To quickly smoke CT spawn, come down to this corner at A short, then aim just above the end of this stick, jump and throw. The smoke flies over Palace and lands just here, hitting the crate and blocking off CT spawn. You can block off connector and jungle without putting yourself in danger by coming into this corner, aiming just in the middle of this wooden plank here and up to where this part of the building ridge is, and then jumping and throwing the smoke. The smoke will fly over these houses, bounce off this wall here, and block off connector and jungle. This next smoke lands in A site and allows you to get a quick smoked plant down. Just come up to this hole in the wall here, aim just above this stick where it lines up with the ridge of this building, jump and throw right at the top of your jump. The smoke will take a big curved arch and land right on the A and the site. A really simple way to smoke the top of stairs in A site is to just jump up here, get in the middle of this post, then aim right where this ledge finishes and up so that it's in line with the bottom of this plank. Then just throw.
Smoke!
Smoke bounces in Tetris, lands on top of the stairs here, and smokes them off. There's a couple of ways you can smoke B short from T-spawn. One of them is to come into this corner, aim at the top left corner of this window, and jump and throw the smoke. The smoke bounces off the top of this building, off the wall there, and down into B short. Another way to do this from the A side of T-spawn is to come under this lantern here, turn around and aim at this middle post right up to where this antenna would point to your crosshair. So straight up to where the antenna is pointing, then run and throw just before you hit the gate. A really simple way to get the perfect connector smoke is to come into this corner here, aim right in the middle of these two patterns on the rug, and then right to the bottom, so you're aiming at the very edge of the bottom of the rug. Then jump and throw. This smoke is one of the only smokes I've seen that makes it to the fourth step and completely blocks off the connector from any CT trying to get there, even if they try and jump. Now if you've already pushed into mid, you can come up to this pipe, aim just at the edge of this window where up to where the antenna will be pointing at your crosshair, and throw.
Throwing smoke.
Now this smoke only lands on the third step, but it lands on the close right side, so it's as good as the previous one. Again, there's a few ways that you can smoke mid-window, one of which is to come just into this corner here and aim at this dot that you can see on this building here and jump and throw the smoke. Now, this smoke bounces on the floor and lands on the box here and blocks off window from anyone inside. Again, this smoke can be done from the A side of T-spawn as well. Just come to the middle of this last window, look at this middle fence post, and right up to the top of this line of antenna. Run forwards and throw the smoke just before you hit the fence. This one lands inside the window and completely blocks it off again. Onto the flashes. There's 4 flashes you can do from lower dark in A. The first one is to help you take on anyone rushing from A short. You simply bounce the flash off this part here, and it pop flashes anyone coming out of A short. There's 2 more you can do here if you're playing supportive. There's these vertical beams here. If you aim at the top line of this diagonal, it'll do a short pop flash, and at the bottom line you'll get a longer pop flash that'll flash further into A short. As you can see, the first one was quite close and the second one was quite far and went all the way into A site, into A short, sorry. The final one you can do is to toss it against this part of wall here that you can just about see. Now this flash will completely blind any terrorists coming out of A short, but all of the CTs throughout the site will be perfectly fine because it lands behind the wall. So you'll be fine, anyone playing over here will be fine, even players up on stairs will be absolutely unblinded by this flash, so it's a great support flash. 2 flashes you can do while taking Palace is to line yourself up with this wall, and then aim just to the left of that crack. Throw the first one, and then run and throw the second one. The first one bounces on top of balcony and flashes everyone in sight, while the second one drops down, flashes anyone in secret and in dark. 2 flashes you can do while taking A short. The first is to run and throw the flash off of this vase. It bounces just behind you and helps flash anyone immediately in front of you. And the second flash you can do is a little more risky because you've got to turn your back to A short, but if you aim for that part of the building, so you aim at this brick line, run and jump, you'll see that anyone in the site gets absolutely blinded that's looking towards short. So it's a pop flash just up there, and so anyone over here at the site will get completely blind. Even all the way around to the A on the stairs. If you're playing at A site behind this box, and the terrorists start to rush you from short or palace, you can turn around, throw your flash just up here while running, and it will pop behind this crate, blinding anyone coming out of palace or short while leaving you completely unblind. From sandwich, you can flash connector and jungle by simply lining yourself up with the middle of the crate with this line, and aim in the middle of this line of this brick here, jump and throw the flash. The flash will bounce off the top of stairs and pop flash anyone from connector or jungle looking out to the site. 2 flashes you can do to help you get out of jungle. The first is to bounce off this piece of wood and run out with it. This means you won't be blind, but anyone looking at you will. The second is to bounce just off this wall. You won't be seen by the site, but you can also come out with it as it bounces just around the wall. From B house, you can line this wall up so you can only see these 2 stairs. Then aim the middle of this door on this wall and the middle of these 2 walls at the same height. Then run forwards and throw. The flash bounces through the grated window here and pop flashes anyone in the site looking towards B house. A second flash you can do is to line yourself up with this wall on the left, then aim at the top of this door frame and throw just before you hit the wall. This one will pop flash out of the open window and just gets a few more people around it, be short. An easy flash you can do from the back of B site is to line yourself up with this wall, aim just at the top of this wooden beam and then along until the brick ends, then run forwards and throw. The flash bounces off here and into B house, blinding anyone that's waiting there. Another easy flash from a similar spot is to bounce a flash off the back of this window and it will land square in the middle of B house. If you're on your own at B and the terrorists start coming in, from behind bench you can line up this brick with this wooden beam, then throw the flash and it'll stay crouched and it'll bounce up and pop just above B's site. This will blind any terrorists looking out the windows, looking from short, or looking from the van, or from B house. You can also aim slightly higher to get it to pop even higher. And this second one will blind people from just down here, or inside of the site. Now we got nades and molotovs. First of all, you can put a nade or a molotov through B window from B house by lining yourself up with this wall, aiming in the middle of this piece of wall and down to this, jumping and throwing just at the top of your jump. This will put a nade through the window, and for a molotov you have to aim slightly higher onto the second beam. So line yourself up again and look in the middle of the window and onto the second beam. Then jump and throw at the top of your jump.
Fire.
From A dark, you can put a nade or a molotov into B palace by putting yourself in this corner and aiming just here, running and throwing. The same spot works with a nade or a molotov.
Throwing fire.
From just outside B house, you can put a molotov onto B short by putting yourself in the middle of this corner, aiming just at the end of this wooden beam and up to the top of the dirt. Then just jump and throw.
Throwing fire.
The molotov bounces off the skybox here and down into B short. From A palace, you can land a nade or a molotov into A dark by coming into this corner, aiming in between these wooden beams and just below head height,
Incendiary out.
and throwing it. This will bounce off the 2 walls and ricochet into dark. This same Molotov or grenade can be done while the CTs have smoked you out. You come into this corner and aim just above the corner of this pattern on the wall. Then keep your crosshair where it is and run back into the corner and throw. You'll see that your aim is in the exact right place to put the Molotov or the nade down here. So it basically looks like this. So you'd aim at the pattern, then you'd run backwards through the smoke, and your crosshair's in the right place to put a Molotov down there. You can see the same thing works with the nade. Look in exactly the same spot, come into the same place, and throw the nade, and it'll go under into dark. Now, a lot of people like to stand on a short balcony and throw smokes over here, but aside from a CT just rushing you and spraying you down, there's another reason not to do this. Now, providing you can get close with a smoke, so you throw a smoke into a shot, then you just hop on this box here and get out a Molotov, and then aim where this wooden beam lines up with the bottom of this wooden stick, so like right on the edge of this dirt here. Then you just run forwards, jump, and throw the Molotov. And the Molotov bounces over here and literally sets people on fire that are trying to do those silly smokes. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. You can check out my Dust 2 or my Inferno video below. Leave a comment if you find any more spots, and hit that subscribe button to be told when more of these videos come out. See you next time.